okay.
I am lightheaded. No, it's there. Welcome to the Friday update. So, for my birthday this weekend, I went to Galaxy's Edge, which is the new Star Wars park at Disney, and it was amazing. Got to see the Millennium Falcon. You can't touch it. You can get like real close though, and it's like actual size, so like it feels like you're there. And then I got to pilot it for the ride, which was fun. Also, I feel like probably the best role in that ride, because you have like 6 different roles, and I think if getting one of the pilots is probably the way to go, because otherwise, I mean, I feel like you're just kind of sitting there. But got to do that. Got to ride Rise of the Resistance 1.5 times because it broke down on us the first time, which was kind of a cool experience because we got to see some behind the scenes stuff. So I'm 26 now, which is an age, I guess. I think the weirdest part about being 26 is I definitely don't feel like I've earned being 26. Not that that's how ages work. And I know to avoid comparison, but I also feel like you sort of try to look to other people to get like a gauge of where you're supposed to be at. And I just sort of think about all the things I haven't done or accomplished by 26. This past year was definitely a much more successful year, I think, for Zachary Gilmore as a person. I think there's a deep down part of me that wishes I did have experiences to like just get out there, explore, put together a couple adventure journals, which would essentially just be me sketching and taking notes while traveling, or finding some success as an artist, not feeling like I'm doing everything alone. There's the life you want to live, and then the life you kind of have to. Mostly because money's a thing, partially because anxiety's a thing. I don't know what I'm getting at here. We're veering into too deep territory. I did not have a comic this week, again, because A, the weekend was kind of busy. This next weekend is also going to be kind of busy, because I'm going to be going up. I've got a wedding I've got to go to, but I'm sort of trying to make sure I don't burn myself out. I think the weekly schedule for comics is kind of going to be a little loose for a little while, just until I can get things in order, I guess. The comic might even evolve, to be honest with you. I think the more I've kind of been messing around with digital art, which, I'm glad I'm still doing that, but, kind of some of my techniques have been changing that I haven't necessarily been changing in the comics. We'll see what happens with that. I've been revising this poem I wrote about a year ago. A little over a year ago. But I definitely want to add illustrations to it. I think that'll be a project that I'll start working on kind of soon. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, but I switched it to second person. Because before it was first person. But I'm wondering how it'll read in second person. Which, of course, if you don't know what that means, first person is like I, me. The story's being told like from the narrator, and then second person is the narrator is telling you, the reader, what you're doing, which most things don't use because it's kind of stupid. Like, it takes away your agency as a reader, which is why a lot of people don't use it. I've been trying to like try the poem with it because I feel like the poem does have elements of like trying to understand your agency. Because I feel like that's been a struggle for me as a person, is not feeling like, or being desperate for agency, but not having it. Whatever that means. It's posted on my personal if you want to read it. If you're not following me on that, it's private. And I'll post it on here at some point, but with illustrations, hopefully. I also considered making more coloring book pages. I feel like, I don't know how into that people would be. I feel like that coloring book phase is past. But, you know, the couple that I've done, I feel like have been kind of interesting. I don't know. I think I'm just trying to see what works. See what people are interested in. See what I enjoy doing and am passionate about. It's a balance. I mean, Outrageously Big Z is not necessarily a business. I mean, I'd like it to be at some point, but I also cannot stand business. I think it's awful. I think everything about it sucks. Mostly just because I'm a more creative type and not a business type person. So my brain doesn't like, my brain sees like, oh, I want this to be the story to tell. I want this to be the message, this to be the idea. And business side things are like, oh, what sells? Like what do people want? What can make us money? And I'm like, ideally both, but that's not always how it works out. If Outrageously Big Z does become more businessy, it will not be because I'm doing it by myself. Because, thank you as always. Like the video, comment on it, tell me your dreams, follow, share it, let people know about it. Have a good week. Godspeed.